two anteriors that are under prepped and have occlusion issues. Let's dive into this troubled case. So right away on the margins, I can see that the margins are going to be short, so I extend those out. I always recommend, if you want to err on either short or long, always err on long, because it's a lot easier to just smooth and trim a margin back as opposed to having it be too short and being in a situation where you have to add. So these teeth that are designed are kind of ugly and bulky, and although we are under prepped here, we can get a better result here. So we're going to select a different tooth library. We're going to analyze the shapes of the adjacent tooth to make a selection, and begin by doing the tooth placement here. So for the tooth placement, the minimal thickness was creating some issues for sure. So sometimes I'll just recalculate the articulator, and that'll sometimes resolve it. And then what I end up doing in this situation is I end up doing tooth placement for just each tooth at a time. So I work on that lateral. I try to get the lateral kind of where I want, and then I ended up moving on to the canine. Now you can see the buccal surface here of that canine is a little bit concave, and that's just the nature of the library. And so as soon as I get to the freeform stage, I'm going to adjust that so that it matches better with the contours of those premolars. It sort of matches that contour. Now you can see here, I've got a nice contour now. Cut the occlusion. This is where we can see we've got some major occlusal issues. So in a situation like this, it's not ideal, but what I'll do is I'll just smooth it out so that I've maintained my minimal thickness on the restoration. But I smooth it to make sure that there's not just kind of this rough or weird looking blob. I try to make the surfaces nice and smooth, and then it's up to the clinician to either adjust the opposing or to prep more and go from there. But in terms of just completing a design in this situation, we get that nice and smooth. I always use a disc cutter in between two teeth. You can see I end up turning the teeth off and looking to see where the minimal thickness is. On bulky cases like this, it's helpful to do that, because if you try to do a disc cut into some minimal thickness, then it's going to lead to some rough areas or some areas that won't be cut away. After finalizing that, finalize the case, and here's the final result.